Back. Hi there. Hope you all are still with us. We are on our premiere episode, Tongue Tied. Don't choke on it. We are trying to talk here about relationships, men, women, getting both perspectives, trying to get this thing called love right, trying to get it back together. Before we took our break, I asked Mr. Taylor about whose fault is it? Is it more so on the men folk or the women folk? Why are we in such a bad state? Whose fault is it?
It's still go with men. You have to. We're leaders.
He said it. He said it was the men's fault. He said it.
But with that being said, I mean, women do have a part to play in, but a woman will always follow a strong man. And when she doesn't see a strong man, or when she sees what she considers weak men, then how do you expect her to know or value herself? And I think we provide that value to a woman.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Mr. Coleman, whose fault is it? Whose fault is it?
I think it's a mutual thing.
Okay.
Honestly.
Okay.
I think it is.
Okay.
Because you agreed to come into the relationship as two. I didn't say, hey, we together. You my woman. Type deal.
No, Debo.
But excuse me. That's
all right.
But I mean, but I do agree. And a part of it is up to the man to drive the relationship. It's also a woman to give some guidance as well.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You said something, Mr. Taylor, that I found very interesting. You said that with men being the driving force, with him running the relationship pretty much, him, pulling things along, that the woman does play a role. Absolutely. Men want to be respected. Women want to be loved. We want to know that we matter. We want to know that we are still the apple of your eye, right. that you love us. We want to be your boo thing. We want to be everything to you.
Put it in a text.
Yeah.
Not just
that's another one.
We want to know that no matter what happens, it's going to be me and you against the world. It's going to be us.
Right.
Now, I agree that, man, I do. I absolutely agree that tradition has it. Bible has it. Men are the leader of the relationship. I believe that men are the initiators of the relationship as well. I do think that if a woman is in her rightful place, and some of us are still trying to get there, trying to figure some things out, but if, for the most part, if she's in her rightful place, then it shouldn't be as hard. It shouldn't. I don't know. What I'm trying to figure out is where the disconnect comes in. Why has it become? Oh, he's smiling. Come on, talk about it. Come on, share. Let's go to the sharing chair. Come on.
It all depends on who you're following. So it depends on what you have in your home when you was growing up. It depends on who was your neighbors. Depends on what exactly.
Sonya.
My sister.
Yeah.
So it depends on who you see and what value. They always talk about when we grew up, we had the Cosby Show.
Right.
So we had the strong marriage that we saw out there.
Yes.
Now we have side chicks of Charlotte.
Come on.
Real Housewives. So all you see is drama. So how do you know what a relationship looks like if all you see right now is just dramas? Even in our neighborhoods, how many people are married?
Yes,
or how many people are in a good marriage?
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. Now, with that said, side chicks, side dudes, hey, they have become so popular and so accessible because we have forgotten to talk about it. We have simply forgotten to talk about it, to tell our significant other what the problem is, how we're really feeling, what's really on our mind. So it's easier to go to girl X or guy X and lay up and do some other things because it takes our mind off of what's really going on. Now, here's the thing. You can do all that. You can go ahead and do all that, but it usually doesn't work. And I'm going to tell you why. Because your heart is still with who you got at the crib. That's who got your head jacked up. That's really what it's all about. Now, while you are with that sexy beast that just does something to you, you can sit there and do that all you want. The truth of the matter is you really want your A1, your main, to understand why you're feeling that type of way. How do we start that dialogue? Like, how do we do it?
I always tell people, you got closed mouths don't get fed. You got to come out straight up and be like, this
you out that shit. Come on now. Come on.
Tell them what you want.
Absolutely.
And not only what you want, how to keep it going.
Yes.
You know, one thing we get into these relationships and marriage, and we get past the honeymoon phase, and we just say, you know what, we got them. And next thing you know, you're gonna let things go.
Yes.
Complacency, man.
Exactly.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What say you? What say you, Mr. Coleman? What say you?
Okay, what's the question again?
Now, how do we basically, when it gets to the point where side chicks, side dudes are involved, basically bringing it to your number one and saying,
side
hey,
chick, dude?
no,
Are you talking
I'm not saying bring the.
That'll be a shit conversation.
No.
Hey, I need girls.
But you know what's crazy? That's actually popular now.
That is good. It is. It's
open marriages and things like that.
Yeah,
but that's another
conversation.
Yeah, I'm not with that. Yes, Sonya, your sister. Yes, counterfeit comforts. Say that. Yes, ma'am. Because it has the appearance of being something real, but it couldn't be farther from the truth. There is no substance there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could be having some mind-blowing times. You really could. But that doesn't matter. Because that is fleeting. Yeah. That once that moment has happened, it's over with. When you get ready to go back to the house and look crazy because the person that you really want to talk to in the back bedroom with the door locked because they don't want to talk to you. We have to stop doing that. That's the problem now. We have to stop. Excuse me?
Go ahead, what you saying?
Sorry. I'm talking about the fact of not talking. We have to. What I was asking you is, how do we talk? How do we get...
Like, you sit down and have a dialogue. You need to.
Yeah, we do. But how do we open it up? I'm okay.
You need to say, like, some people come out and say, hey, we need to talk. This is not working out. I mean, some people can do that, some can't.
Yes. Yes.
And you're going to know. You're going to know that
right.
you're going to have that talk because there's always going to be that mist in the air of, wait a minute, something right. Because you're always... Because when we get complacent, we also get familiar with a certain...
He here.
A certain...
I know y'all hear him. Sorry. Excuse me. Go ahead, son. Go ahead. You fine. Come on.
Go ahead. Talking to me now.
Yeah, go ahead.
See, I'm sorry.
Sorry. Go ahead. I apologize.
You get comfortable, like you said, getting complacent in a certain kind of air and a certain kind of environment in the home. Yeah. To the point, like, you know what, you sit back, you realize, wait a minute, something is not right. Something is not whole like it used to.
Absolutely.
Used to be.
Absolutely.
And you be like, you got to. So if you sit there and allow that elephant to be in the room, it just gets bigger. Yeah. It gets bigger.
Absolutely.
So it really does, because you get to the point like you went from having a wife or husband, girlfriend, boyfriend
to a roommate,
and you don't want that. You need to have that.
Absolutely.
If it's like, hey, we need to talk, something's not right.
Absolutely.
Like, hey, if we go out to dinner and
absolutely take on a date.
Take on a date.
Absolutely.
And continue.
Absolutely.
Yes,
you got to
another
date.
thing is we don't continue to date. Right.
Yes.
We don't continue to date.
Yes.
That's the thing is we don't continue to date.
Yes. Michelle just wrote a comment. She says, remember why you married and let that be your anchor. Absolutely. Quit finding secret friends.
But my thing to her is, what do you do when that thing is no longer there though?
Who told him to ask questions? I mean, and somebody just fired off 6 likes when you said that. Okay, what do you do? Married folks that are on this, that are watching us right now, feel free to chime in. I was once upon a time married, and losing that thing was extremely.
Talk to me. Christy say it. Me, right? Okay.
Sonya is talking to both of us. Okay. Sonya, get your brother. Listen. Once upon a time, when I was married, and we lost that thing, it was a very painful thing because when you allow yourself to love somebody with everything in you, it can absolutely be a depleting process when it doesn't work out. It does something to you. it's still taking me a minute to get over it, to be very honest with you, because I truly loved this man with everything in me. And so when that fell apart and that didn't work out, my approach to relationships after hasn't been very good, because it destroyed something in me. So as I'm learning to do this is why I started my whole Christy Love movement. I want to talk about it. Let's talk about these things. So we are going to take another pause for the cause. Please keep your comments coming. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. We're going to come back with a few more questions. Tongue tied. Don't choke on it. Be right back.